My mother married my husband. Chapter 1. The village of Unzuri. In the heart of Africa, nestled between lush green hills and dense forests, lay the village of Unzuri. Known for its vibrant culture and rich traditions, Unzuri was a place where everyone knew everyone, and life moved with the rhythm of nature. The villagers lived simple but contented lives, relying on farming and craftsmanship for their livelihood. Among the villagers was a woman named Mama Zawadi, known far and wide for her knowledge of herbs and ancient spells. Though many sought her help for ailments and blessings, there was always an air of unease around her. Mama Zawadi had a daughter named Amina, a gentle and beautiful young woman loved by all. Amina was everything her mother was not: kind-hearted, compassionate, and full of life. Her laughter was like a melody that brought joy to those who heard it, and her presence was a light in the often dark world of Unzuri. Chapter 2. Amina and Juma. Amina had fallen in love with Juma, a strong and handsome young man who had recently returned to the village after completing his apprenticeship in a distant town. Juma was known for his bravery and his skill in crafting beautiful wooden sculptures. The entire village celebrated when Amina and Juma announced their engagement. It was a union that promised happiness and prosperity. Mama Zawadi, however, did not share in the joy. She had never known love or tenderness, and the sight of her daughter so happy filled her with a strange, unsettling envy. As the wedding day approached, this envy grew into something darker, a twisted desire that began to consume her. Chapter 3. The Dark Decision. One night, as the full moon cast eerie shadows across her heart, Mama Zawadi made a decision that would change the course of their lives forever. She would use her powers to take Juma for herself. The thought of having such a young and handsome husband, of feeling the warmth of his love, was too tempting to resist. With a heart full of malice, she prepared a powerful potion. Under the cover of darkness, she called upon ancient spirits, chanting incantations that had not been heard for generations. The air grew thick with a sense of foreboding as she mixed herbs and whispered her sinister desires into the night. The day of the wedding dawned bright and beautiful, with the villagers gathering to celebrate the union of Amina and Juma. As the ceremony began, Mama Zawadi, hidden in the shadows, slipped the potion into Juma's drink. He drank deeply, unaware of the spell that now coursed through his veins. Suddenly, Juma's eyes glazed over, and his expression changed. He looked at Amina, not with love, but with a cold, distant gaze. Confusion spread through the crowd as Juma walked away from his bride and stood by Mama Zawadi's side. The villagers gasped in shock as Mama Zawadi declared that Juma was now hers. The village was in turmoil. How could this happen? How could a mother betray her daughter in such a cruel way? The elders convened an emergency meeting to discuss the strange and unnatural event. They knew of Mama Zawadi's powers, but they had never imagined she would use them for such an evil purpose. Amina was heartbroken, her tears flowing like a river. She couldn't understand why her mother would do something so wicked. The villagers, feeling a mix of anger and fear, demanded answers. They confronted Mama Zawadi, but she stood firm, her face devoid of any remorse. As days turned into weeks, it became clear that Juma was under a powerful spell. He followed Mama Zawadi's every command. The village grew quiet and somber, the once joyous place now overshadowed by the witch's dark presence. Amina, though devastated, did not lose hope. She sought the help of an old shaman who lived on the outskirts of the village. The shaman, a wise and ancient man named Babu Kiboko, listened to her story and agreed to help. He knew of Mama Zawadi's powers but believed that love and purity could break even the darkest of curses. Babu Kiboko and Amina embarked on a journey to gather the ingredients needed for a counterspell. They traveled through dense forests, crossed raging rivers, and climbed steep mountains. Along the way, they encountered spirits and magical creatures, each offering them clues and assistance. Through these trials, Amina's determination grew stronger. She learned to harness her own inner strength and discovered a latent power within herself, the power of true, unselfish love. Babu Kiboko guided her, teaching her the ancient ways of breaking curses and healing hearts. Amina and Babu Kiboko returned to Unzuri. The village, now a place of sorrow, watched as Amina prepared the counterspell. Mama Zawadi, sensing their intentions, tried to stop them, but her powers were no match for the purity of Amina's love and the wisdom of Babu Kiboko. In a dramatic confrontation, Amina confronted her mother, pleading with her to release Juma. Mama Zawadi, blinded by her own desires, refused. Amina, with tears in her eyes, began the ritual, chanting words of power and love. The air crackled with energy as the spell took hold. As Amina's chants grew louder, Juma's eyes began to clear. The spell that had bound him to Mama Zawadi started to weaken. With a final burst of light, the curse was broken. Juma, now free, looked at Amina with love and gratitude. Mama Zawadi, stripped of her powers and filled with the weight of her actions, fell to her knees. The villagers, witnessing the power of love and forgiveness, gathered around. The curse broken, the village of Unzuri began to heal. Amina and Juma were finally married in a ceremony filled with joy and celebration. Mama Zawadi, now a humbled and remorseful woman, worked to rebuild her relationship with her daughter and the village. Babu Kiboko stayed in Unzuri for a while, teaching the villagers about the power of love and the importance of forgiveness. Amina, now a symbol of strength and resilience, became a healer in her own right, using her newfound powers to help those in need. The village, once shadowed by darkness, was now a beacon of hope and unity. The story of Amina, Juma, and Mama Zawadi became a legend, passed down through generations as a reminder of the power of love, forgiveness, and the importance of staying true to one's heart.
Thank you for watching.